Hello, this is Alexander Wexler, and today I'm going to show you how Windows Embedded Standard 7 is able to participate from the basic infrastructure it inherits from the Windows 7 desktop operating system. As we all know, errors, information, warnings get all logged into the event log, and well, that's of course a very good source of information for administrators and IT professionals, but we can also leverage this piece of infrastructure for our benefit if you want to react to something, for example, an error happening in our application. So we don't need to write our own watchdog process or our own infrastructure. We're able to use what is already available in Windows or Windows Embedded Standard. How can we do that? Well, at first you need to create an event log event, and that's not so difficult. For example, we could do this in PowerShell. We've got the write event log commandlet in here. It requires the name of a log, so this would be the application log, because we want to have our application, I have called it Crazy Shell application, as a event source, and it's putting an event with an event ID and a message, help, I'm not feeling well, into the event log. So if you try to do that, which by the way it can also be achieved by just specifying this via a WMI object from your C# application in the system management namespace. So we just do this from PowerShell here, and we see, okay, calling the write event log commandlet is not enough, because we need to register the event source for our application first. So we've got here the Crazy Shell app, and this application has not been registered as an event source before. We can do this by using the new event log paradigm. So we've got a new event log. We need to specify the log where it should be reside. So we can, with the help of the new event log commandlet, we are also able to add something to the application event log, not only creating a new event log. And of course we need to specify the source. Hit return and we see no error, so we've registered our event source now, the Crazy Shell app, and now it should be possible, if I call the write event log commandlet again, to get this event entry into the application event log. Oh yeah, looks much better than before. And if we take a look at the event viewer, which has been running in the background for quite some time already, say refresh, voila, we see, hey, we've got an event log entry now, and yeah, my Crazy Shell app tells me, hey, help, I'm not feeling well. What I don't like in here is that it's stolen information, but that's easy to change. I can go back to my commandlet here and specify the event type, because information is the or entry type is the default, and set it to 2 to have a warning. So if I fire the next event, go back into event viewer, refresh, I have a warning already, help, I'm not feeling well. And if I'm choosing 1 as an input parameter, it would be an error. So what if I want to react to this warning and say, hey, I've got a warning from my Crazy Shell application and I really want to help it and yeah, do some measurements, do a restart perhaps, or yeah, find any way to get the application out of trouble. Well, this seems to be pretty easy, because I'm able to attach a task to this event. So I'm just selecting the event, saying, hey, new name, Crazy Shell Up, event ID 1111. This task helps my Crazy Shell app. Then I need to specify the action I want to take. For example, starting a program, sending an email, or displaying a message. In our case, we want to start a program. The program we want to use is PowerShell.exe, so we actually want to run a PowerShell script, and the script we want to run is located in the C events, and it's called Crazy Shell Up helper.ps1. So that's the script, and yeah, just leave it there. We say next and finish. So we've now created a scheduled task from our event viewer, which is linked to a specific event. So anytime this specific event occurs, the scheduled task gets fired. So this is really cool. So we've got a trigger inside of the operating system, and if we go to the task scheduler, say refresh, we see our event log task in here. Trigger on an event. You can add here triggers for a specific action. You can add actions if you want to have an email and a program starting or something like that. You can change the conditions and even have history if required. So yeah, well, I also pointed to a script which is in the events folder, in the C events folder. It's called Crazy Shell Up helper.ps1, and that's not rocket science, to be honest. It's just a simple shell which writes out in a PowerShell command prompt, helping Crazy Shell Up, and waits for about 3 seconds before the command shell is closed again. Alright, so now let's see if that works. We're going back to our Windows PowerShell command prompt, and we do a write event log into the application event log from the Crazy Shell application as an error, and as we can see now, automatically our trigger fires calls the PowerShell script, and in the PowerShell script, which also could be some other exe managed code, native code, there could be some helping actions be specified, or even a reboot of the system could be triggered here. So anytime this event occurs, our script gets fired, which is a pretty cool thing, and there are numerous possibilities to leverage this for your Windows Embedded Standard system. So, thanks for watching.